Alright, hello everybody. It is I, Granorite, and here we are back with our next playthrough, which is going to be our first flying type team. As you can see, it's going to be Lugia, Charizard, Dragonite, Skarmory, and Gligar, which means the team's not going to be fully flying type until right before the Elite Four. That's the way it goes. As we do this first episode, let's start off by reading some Pokemon biologies, checking out our Pokemon at level 5, and then we'll get them up to level 8 and take on our rival. Starting off here with Lugia, has pressure for its ability, good stats across the board because it's legendary, but only knows Whirlwind right now. What do we know about Lugia? Well, Lugia is known as the diving Pokemon, stands 17 feet 1 inch tall or 5.2 meters, weighs 476 pounds or 216.0 kilograms, and is a slow leveling great Pokemon. Lugia is a large Pokemon that resembles a dragon, a plesiosaur, and a bird. It is primarily silver-white, but has blue underside with slightly varying tones. It has a ridged mouth similar to a beak, although it has pointed teeth on its lower jaw. Its head has a point to the back, and Lugia's eyes have pointed blue or black spikes on them. Lugia has a long, slender neck and a smooth, streamlined body. Dark blue or black plate-like protrusions run down the length of its back, and there are two smaller or more pointed ones on the end of its tail. It has large wings that resemble hands. Lugia can fold these plates to back these plates to increase its speed. Although its gender is unknown, as depicted in the mystery's history, young Lugia has been seen, suggesting there's a breeding population, at least in the animated series timeline. In the same episode, Lugia has been shown to be fiercely protective of its young, which also eat kelp. In the second Pokemon movie, Lugia leads legendary birds, and when they fight over territory, Lugia is the only Pokemon that can quell their ceaseless fighting, but cannot do so without a partner. Much like the birds, it possesses the ability to control the weather. Most notably, it can calm and give rise to storms. It is said that a light flutter of its wings is capable of causing winds powerful enough to tear a regular house down. If it were to flap its wings, it could hypothetically spawn storms lasting as long as 40 days. Turn my ducking back on. Lugia is capable of splitting islands into smaller islands when attacking. It is capable of shooting a vortex of air at its target and using psychic power. It is highly intelligent, and because of devastating power it can accidentally inflict, it isolates itself deep underwater and tends to sleep in solitude. It is extremely rare and is hardly ever seen. In ancient times, the former brass tower in Ecruteak City was once Lugia's perch. However, after its destruction 150 years ago, Lugia moved to the Royal Islands for the safety of others from its power. It can be summoned at the Royal Islands through one of its feathers, tidal bells, and the dance of the Kimono Girls. Lugia has many different titles throughout the years, as the Guardian of the Seas, Deity of the Sea, Beast of the Sea, Mythical Sea Creature, and Vengeance Deity. There are rumors Lugia would appear during the night of a storm. Lugia loves Lugia treats made by Snacksworth, who once encountered in the past. It's the only known Pokemon capable of learning Aero Blast, but we will not learn that because it learns it at too high a level from what we get our team up to. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Lugia, Fire Red says it is said to be the Guardian of the Seas. It is rumored to have been seen on the night of a storm. And Leaf Green says it is said that it quietly spends its time at the bottom of the sea because its powers are too strong. Next we have Charmander, who knows Scratch and Growl, Blaze its ability. What do we know about Charmander? Well, Charmander is the lizard Pokemon. It stands 2 feet tall, or 0.6 meters, and weighs 18.7 pounds, or 8.5 kilograms, and is a medium slow leveling rate Pokemon. Charmander is a bipedal reptilian Pokemon with primarily orange body and blue eyes. Its underside of its chest and the soles of its feet are cream colored. It has two small fangs visible in its upper jaw and two smaller fangs in its lower jaw. A fire burns at the tip of this Pokemon's slender tail, which has blazed there since Charmander's birth. The flame can indicate Charmander's health and mood, burning brightly when the Pokemon is strong and weakly when it is exhausted, wavering when it is happy, and blazing when it is enraged. It is said that Charmander would die if its flame were to go out. However, if the Pokemon is healthy, the flame will continue to burn even if it gets a bit wet and is said to steam in the rain. Charmander can be found in hot mountainous areas. It has been recently seen living in the terrarium of Blueberry Academy. However, it is far more often found in the ownership of trainers. As seen in Pokemon Snap and the new Pokemon Snap, Charmander exhibits pack behavior, calling others of its species if it finds food and watching the flames on each other's tail to ensure they don't go out. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Charmander is known to sleep while curled up. Supposedly, it draws warmth from the flame on its tail. During quiet nights, the sound of its flame can be heard by listening carefully while Charmander sleeps. In our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Charmander, Fire Red says from the time it is born, a flame burns at the tip of its tail. Its life would end if the flame were to go out. And Leaf Green says it has a preference for hot things. When it rains, steam is said to spout from the tip of its tail. And it, of course, will evolve into Charmeleon at level 16. Next, we have Dratini. Knows Shed Skin as its ability. Knows Wrap and the Leer right now. Dratini is known as the Dragon Pokemon. Stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, or 1.6 meters. Or 1.8 meters, and weighs 7.3 pounds, or 3.3 kilograms, and is a slow leveling rate Pokemon. Dratini is a reptilian Pokemon with a blue serpentine body and a white underside. It has white three-pronged fins on the side of its head and a white bump on its forehead, which is its horn growing. Above its round white snout are oval purple eyes. Dratini's life energy is constantly building, so it's always growing. It can reach lengths of over 6 feet or 2 meters. As it grows, it sheds its skin regularly, and it hides behind a rapid waterfall during the process to protect itself, since its new skin is soft in texture. The shed skin can be tanned and used to create luxury boots. Dratini has been referred to as the Mirage Pokemon because its existence was originally thought to be nothing more than a myth. Dratini was first discovered by a fisherman who spent 10 hours attempting to capture it. A small colony has also been found underwater, further confirming its existence. Dratini lived near or in bodies of water with rapid flow, such as the pools at the bottom of waterfalls. It lives a quiet life underwater, eating any food that sinks down to the bottom. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Dratini's sleeping habits used to be a mystery due to how rare it was. However, in recent years, Dratini's sleep styles have been discovered and well documented. This is due to trainers who have tamed Dratini and observed its sleeping habits. The 4 different sleep styles discovered are called coiled sleep, wriggly sleep, uncoiled sleep, and a top belly sleep. In Generation 2, Dratini in its evolved forms were the only known Pokemon capable of running Outrage. Not the fact in Gen 3, but is in previous games. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Dratini, Fire Red, says even the young can exceed 6.5 feet in length. It grows large by repeatedly shedding its skin. And Leaf Green says long considered a mythical Pokemon until recently when a small colony was found living underwater. Next we have Skarmory, who knows Peck and Leer. Kind of digging the green wings though. It has Keen Eye for its ability. Good defense. Skarmory. Skarmory is known as the Armor Bird Pokemon. It stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, or 1.7 meters, and weighs 111.3 pounds, or 50.5 kilograms. Sorry, I had a quick email I needed to reply to. I apologize. Okay. It's a slow leveling rate Pokemon. We know that. Skarmory is a silver gray avian Pokemon with a long metallic blue neck, legs, and tail. It has yellow eyes, a pointed beak with several pointed teeth, and a triangular crest on its head. Skarmory's entire body is coated in extremely sturdy steel armor. There are red feathers under the sheaths that cover its sharp wings, and each feather can be moved independently. Its wings are actually hollow, allowing it to travel up to 185 miles per hour or 300 kilometers per hour. Its feet have 3 toes on them, 2 in the front and 1 in the back, and its tail has hooked ends. Its steel wings become tattered and bashed in from repeated battles, but once a year the battered wings grow back completely. Have we used Skarmory once already? I think we have, haven't we? That was before I could figure out how to do shiny Pokemon. That was probably why I didn't remember the green. Its feet have 3 toes on them, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and its tail has hooked ends. Its steel wings become tattered and bashed in from repeated battles, but once a year, the battered wings glow back completely. This process restores the cutting edges of its feathers, which are sharper than any human-crafted sword. Its skin and feathers are solid due to being raised in very harsh condition. Its nests are usually found in thorn bushes, where continual scratching of an individual's young skin will eventually harden it into the strong, armored-like state associated with its adult stage. However, water can cause Skarmory's hard body to rust easily, so it stays in its nest on rainy days. In ancient regions where these Pokemon are common, warriors would use their sharp feathers that fell off Skarmory to craft swords. It is a popular Pokemon that is used for heraldic designs, and in Galar, it has violent territorial clashes with Corviknight. In the Blueberry Academy, Skarmory is used through the school's flying taxi service. In Generation 5, Steel Wing was its signature move, but other Pokemon could inherit it via breeding. In our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Skarmory, Fire Red says after nesting in bramble bushes, the wings of its chicks grow hard from scratches by thorns, and Leaf Green says its sturdy wings look heavy, but its bones are hollow and light, allowing it to fly freely in the sky. And last but not least, we have Gligar in its nice blue form, has Sand Veil for its ability, and currently just knows Poison Sting. Gligar is known as the Fly Scorpion Pokemon, stands 3 feet 7 inches tall, or 1.1 meters, and weighs 142.9 pounds, or 64.8 kilograms. And there's a bot that got caught by my Automod in the chat. It has a medium slow leveling rate. Gligar is a purple Chiropteran Pokemon with scorpion features. Its head and body are round and roughly equal in size. It has a long triangular ears and triangular eyes with small pupils. 2 large pointed teeth protrude from its upper jaw, and its pink tongue is often seen lolling from its mouth. Its arms are segmented at the wrist and end in large pincers. Spread between its arms are 2 blue wing membranes, each tipped with a purple claw. Its legs are thin and likewise segmented at the ankles, with its round feet having 1 claw each. Gligar has a long tail split into spherical sections, ending in large round stinger. The female Gligar will have a smaller stinger than the male. As shown in the Pokemon the Series episode Riding the Winds of Change, Gligar feeds on berries and commits sound waves to detect obstacles and fly around them. It glides smoothly and silently through the air with its limbs extended. It startles its prey and enemies by flying straight towards them. It attacks by clamping onto the enemy's face with its claws and hind legs and pincers, then jabbing it with its poisonous stinger. Gligar itself is resistant to opponents' venom. Gligar lives in mountainous boreal regions, making its nest along cliff sides, and when it's done gliding, it hops on the ground back to its nest. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Gligar, Fire Red says it usually clings to cliffs. When it spots prey, it spreads its wings and glides down to attack. And Leaf Green says it flies straight at the target's face and then clamps down on the startled victim to inject poison. And that is our information on Gligar. Now, we can either, for trading Lugia, swap it in and out, or we can try to run out its whirlwinds, but that'll also take a little while. I think that both will end up to be about the same amount of time. Right now, let's swap it in, or let's run out its whirlwinds, if we can, I think. If I can. Right now, it seems a little slow. I guess I could go down to an earlier route where I think would be faster. We're still not faster than a level 3 Rattata, though. Maybe I will have to swap it in and out. Alright, and we went defense and special defense on Lugia, and the other Pokemon we went defense on is Gligar and Skarmory. I guess I could try to catch a couple Pokemon really quick. Let's go to Gligar. No, actually, let's go to Dratini. Dratini will be good for catching Pokemon. I should have bought some more Pokeballs. Let's find us a Weedle really quick. Or a Metapod. Now let's find us a Weedle, if we can. Okay. Now let's work on training Lugia, and if I run into a Kakuna or a Pikachu, I'll try to catch it at that point. We'll go to Gligar. This Gligar can't be hurt by Pikachus. Goodness, I've only seen one Metapod. Then we'll go to Skarmory. Let's go heal really quick. Maybe we'll see if we can catch ourselves a Rattata and a Pidgey really quick. We need more Pokeballs. But I should have caught that Kakuna. Too late now. We're looking for a Rattata. Alright. Alright, let's go keep trying to train. Again, I guess this time if I run into a Kakuna, we'll catch it this time. That's all I need to get in here that I haven't got already. Dratini. Only wasted one Pokeball. It's not horrible. Okay. Now let's train. There's like a gnat in here that's flying right in front of my face. There, we got it. Piece of junk. Cocoon, Pokemons. Lugia was a little faster. We just run out the whirlwinds and let it go itself. But it's not. Alright, we'll go to Gligar here. Kakuna goes to Skarmory, just because Gligar has a harder time taking Kakunas down due to it only knowing a poison move. Now, Lugia is not going to learn its first damaging attack until level 22, which is going to be after Misty. So we're going to have a fun time getting it up until then. Let's go to Skarmory again. I don't think there's anything. We might be able to teach it Thief. We get that in Mount Moon. Will at least be something. Guess I can double check here, can't I? While I'm beating up on this Metapod. No, I do not see Thief that is move pool, sadly. We can get a secret power above Cerulean. At least be something. Alright, let's keep working our way up to level 8. Keep it going. We're getting closer with Lugia. It is at level 7, so we only have one more level to go. Of course, I have to get it up to 14 off screen. It's gonna be a lot of fun. More cocoons. Let's go heal. We needed to heal to get back our Pecs and Poison Stings for Skarmory and Gligar. Oh, get out of here. Need like 2 or 3 more for Lugia. Oh, that's not who I wanted. Almost got some defense of Charmander, which I guess wouldn't have been horrible, but it's not an ideal stat that we wanted. Come on, Lugia. Everything will go so much faster once Lugia's done. Yay! Alright. We're gonna get Skarmory the rest of the way up to 8 on attack stat. Gligar also wants some HP, so we will get it just that. I'll take a little bit. Let's just swap the Skarmory. Gets Gligar up. Excellent. Let's get a little HP on Dratini. I also would like to get a physical attack. Caterpies, thank you. Wrap is such a bad move. I don't want defense. Nice. Alright, let's go over to the other route. Where we can catch 2 of the Pokemon there that we haven't caught yet, which are Mankey and Spearow. That was a high-level Mankey, too. Alright, well, we caught Mankey. Good for us. Dratini did get knocked out on the process, but not much we could do to stop that. See if we can find a lower level Mankey to fight. Alright, we want to catch the Spearow. Oh, well, we just knocked it out. That's not what I wanted to do. Stupid critical hit. Now we got a speedy V on Dratini. It's not horrible. It's not ideal, but it's not horrible. Another Spearow. Let's see if we can catch this one. Skarmory help Dratini with that high level Mankey. Can't escape. I guess we could take down some Rattatas since we did get a speed EV that we didn't ideally want. The bigger issue here is Dratini starts out very weak. Of course, it's going to get a lot better as we get up levels, but it's just not the case right now. Almost got to level up. Hooray! 2 points to attack. Wow! Man, that Rattata hurt. Holy moly. Well, once we get Dratini done, then the rest of this episode's gonna go a lot quicker. Sucked up a lot of time on Lugia, then we're gonna suck up a lot of time here on Dratini. Mankeys. We're looking for Mankeys. It's a pretty high level Mankey. Just let Skarmory help out. If it was a low level one, I'd let Dratini do it. The level 5 ones, I think, are just still too much for it. Then it just keeps throwing level 2 ones at me. I mean, the game heard me. Thunder Wave is very nice. Alright, Mankeys. Excellent. Now, Charmander, we don't care what it takes on, whether it's Mankeys, Spearows, or Rattatas. I don't really want attack on it. I want special attack, but we can't get special attack right now, so some attack EVs are not going to hurt it. Speed is the other thing that we want. We can get plenty of speed. Excellent. Alright, now we're ready to do some trainer fights. It's about time. And we've caught everything that we can catch up to this point already, which is good. We named our character Altair because Altair means flight. But because it just reminded me of Assassin's Creed, we then named our rival Ezio. Even though I know Ezio isn't a rival, it just made me think of Assassin's Creed. Ember! Yeah. Once more. Charmander face-off number 1. Assassin's Creed Russia has some of the worst level areas of any game, as well as the worst level I've ever played. How so? And good to see you, Krishinabon. The last level where you're running from the tank was so frustrating. You have to be precise with your jumps and the movement, otherwise you die and have to redo it. Yeah, that part was pretty frustrating. Alright, let's get through Viridian Forest. No wiggle room at all. You had to know where to go as it was chasing you, otherwise you'd be dead. But did you beat it though? You sounds like you still beat it up, you know, even though you didn't like that last level. Dratini here for Caterpie. That's a rat. Even levels where you had to escape the searchlights and catch the truck were annoying, with them not having any leeway of finishing those sections. Oh yeah, Look at your Doug. Hey, so what do you think of the current team? What do you think of the next team? Hard early game, amazing late game. Not a fan of those games, and now you need to find something better to play. Well, let me know what you play next. This team is trash and will struggle the entire game. One of the worst teams you've ever seen. Be worse than any Onyx team. You're definitely right. Onyx being rock type is going to be good against our flying team. I mean, we're going to be on the Nugget path before Lugia gets its first damaging attack. So that's going to take some time. Struggle early game, breeze through the mid and late game once you get some good moves. Yep, exactly. And we get to beat up on our rivals Charizard with our Charizard, which I think we did on our other Charizard playthrough too. You want to hear movesets? You gotta drop off the kids out of school. We hope this team has struggled too much against the Nugget Bridge members. Well, thanks. I hope you have a great day. Have a good luck dropping off the kiddo, and we'll see you next time. You can hear it for a minute. Okay, I'll go fast. Charizard, we got Blast Burn, Dragon Claw, Wing Attack, and Smoke Screen. Dragonite's going to have Outrage, Wing Attack, Thunder Wave, and Brick Break. Gligar is going to have Aerial Ace, Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, and Sandstorm. Skarmory is going to have Steel Wing, Air Cutter, Return, Double Team. And Lugia is going to have Fly, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Surf. That's the plan, at least. Come on, Dratini, get it. Yeah, I think they'll be pretty good. All right, you go drop the kiddo off. Have a great day. Hopefully see you later this week. Did you know that Pokemon evolved? Gasp. It's gonna speed up while we Poison Sting through this Metapod, and it sheds skins after one turn of poison. Oh, it didn't. We got 3 turns of poison. 4 turns of poison. Oh, we'll just keep Gligar out. That's not who I wanted. Okay. We'll still let Skarmory finish it off, but I thought that was Lugia for some reason. Back. Good deal. All right, well, this is where we will end our episode for today. We do hope you all enjoyed this first episode. We'll be back sometime tomorrow with another episode. I don't know when. It'll probably be after lunch at some point. Just keep an eye for me to come back online. We do hope you all enjoyed everything, and see y'all next time.